One thing that we worked on a lot was his posing. So was his front double bicep when we started, and this is his front double bicep now. A lot more classic, so we're getting him ready for a classic physique competition. All right, what's up guys, Taha Therapy Coaching here. I'm gonna make a video about my client Gabriel, who I made him gain, I would say 10 to 15 pounds of pure muscle mass in 8 months. So this is a picture of when we started together, and this is a picture of him right now 10 months later, 2 weeks into his prep. So we gained around 35 pounds in the first 8 months, but I think only 10 to 15 pounds of them are actual muscle. I'm going to show you guys exactly what I did when it comes to the food, to the training, to the supplements, and to the check-ins on a weekly basis. So just to start giving you some context, Gabriel is a construction worker, so he works a lot, his body moves a lot, and he knows how to train. You already see he has a good foundation from when he started. So his training was intense, even though we did help him push it and take it to the next level. But from the get-go, his body on around 4,000 calories, he was losing weight just because of his activity level, because of his job. So from the beginning, we pushed the food really high, and I'm saying like really, really high. This is full transparency. He was eating 6,000 calories on his training days, 6,400 on his leg day, because one of the first things that I noticed in his body, he wanted to do classic physique and he lacked legs. So everything was revolved around his leg day. He had 2 leg days. The food on leg day was higher, so the legs are one of the strongest points that we improved in the last 8 months, and I'll show you guys some pictures on the side chest and some other poses. And on his off days, he was at 4,000 calories. So less food on the days where he wasn't training. And then with time, we had to adjust, changed jobs. He traveled on vacation for around 2-3 weeks, came back, had to take it slow. So there was a lot of adjustments along the way, just to show you that the food never stays the same. It always depends what's going on, your metabolism, how your body is reacting. So I think a couple months later in his training days, we reduced it by 400 calories. So it was 5,600 on his training day and 4,000 still on his off day. So 4,000 calories was still his base on his off day. And then by the end of the bulking phase, like the full end of it, he was at 4,500 calories on his off days and 6,000 calories on his training days. So we kept playing between that 4,500 and 6,000 calorie rep range during that first 8 months. And his carbs were pretty high, up to 1,000 grams of carbs, very high protein, 360, and very low fat, around 40 grams of fat. And guys that are hard gainers, that work physical jobs and that train hard in the gym, I'm really not afraid to push the food on them. If they want it that bad, they're gonna find ways to make it happen. And then right now we started his prep. He's around 2 months into his prep, and he lost around 21 pounds. So when we started cleaning things at 22 weeks out, I reduced it to 5,600, and then at 20 weeks out, he was already back at 4,000. And right now we're pushing the food down aggressively. He's around 2,000 calories on his training days and 1,800 on his off days. So when it came to the cardio, of course, when we started, I think he pretty much he only had 3 times 10 minutes because of his appetite. So for him, 6,000 calories, clearly it's a lot. It's not something that he's used to, but doing cardio 3 times 10 minutes was enough to stimulate his appetite during the day. So he didn't really have a hard time at first, even though we're gonna be honest, chugging 6,000 calories every day and being consistent on it, it's not easy. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. But he was submitting his check-ins on a weekly basis, and we can clearly see a lot of improvement. So let's take, for example, the front double bicep over here. One thing that we worked on a lot was his posing. So was his front double bicep when we started, and this is his front double bicep now. A lot more classic, so we're getting him ready for a classic physique competition. We worked a lot on his posing, and we can see that he clearly gained a lot of size, a lot of width, and a lot of thickness in those last 8 months. Now when it comes to his workout, so the first workout plan that he received was a 5 times a week plan with legs 2 times a week. So this was the split. The first day he had chest and delts. The second day he had back and rear delts. For the third day he had quads and calves. Fourth day was arms. The last day was hammies and glutes and calves. So the legs was divided by 2, quads and calves, hammies and glutes, and he had calves twice a week. And the last program that he's been on for a while, it's been a back and legs and chest focus. So back and rear delt, chest delts, quads and calves, chest and arms, hammies and lats. So one of the things that I do is I take my time to look at the physique and try to structurize the workout plan, put in the right amount of volume for a lagging body part. So knowing how to balance exercise selection, the amount of sets, the amount of reps, depending on the client's recovery, depending on his ability to stimulate the muscle to train hard and all those stuff. So this is the way I structure his plan for him to get the physique that he has right now. So right now he's on prep, so I'm making him take L-carnitine, synephrine, caffeine, digestive control, not as much. Right now he's not taking it because his meals are not as big. During the off season, he would have one with the big meals, probiotics, daily cleanse. These are things that would help with his digestion. Collagen, because he was getting some pain in his joints from the squatting and the pressing. Turmeric to reduce inflammation, multivitamins for better digestion, reducing inflammation, glutamine for your digestive system, for your immune system, vitamin D3 for your neurons, for your immune system, for your mood. Especially here in the winter, we don't have much sun here in Canada, so vitamin D3 is like super essential for everybody, whether you train or not. Omega for hormonal function, reducing inflammation, all that good stuff. Veggie greens, creatine, EAA during his workout, L-carnitine right now because he's on prep, ashwagandha at night, sinus sleep, magnesium, zinc, and omega. This is what he's taking, and as you can see, he was really consistent with all his check-ins. So every single week he would have a check-in with me, a bunch of questions like how his sleep, how he's feeling, his energy levels throughout the day, how much he followed the plan, his hunger levels, if he's hungry, what time during the day, training related questions like his training desire, how was his performance in the gym, how many times he trained, how were his energy levels, his motivation, what did he struggle with, if he's comfortable pushing to the next level, if he had any other additional questions about his digestion, his stress level, and the small win and the big win for the week. Of course, every week on the check-in you submit your weight. So here you can clearly see he started at 200 pounds in March 28th, and by November 23rd he was 234 pounds, and now we are 2 months roughly into his prep and he's back at 211. So we dropped 20 pounds in the first 2 months, and we have to lose, I think, roughly another 25 to 30 pounds maybe for him to come in really peeled and get shredded on stage. But we'll see how things go, and you guys will sure have more news. So this is it, guys, for Gabriel's transformation. We're gonna just finish by putting a comparison side by side. So when I tell you guys that he gained a lot of muscle when it comes to his legs, this is what I mean. So this is a side chest shot from Gabriel, one of the shots that I like a lot on him. Look at the width and the thickness of the legs on this pose. So I'm very happy with the work I did on Gabriel the last 10 months. If you guys have any questions when it comes to your training, your nutrition, your supplementation, shoot me a message in the DM. I'd be happy to chat with you. We can book a call and talk more about it, see how I can help you. This is my Instagram here, Thought Therapy Coaching. If you guys like this video, leave a like, comment, all that good stuff. See you guys later.